What gender double standard makes your blood boil the most? Story 1. I went to a mixed Catholic school run by priests and nuns. Plenty of kids weren't religious and did whatever they wanted, normal horny teenager stuff. Premarital sex is obviously a huge no-no in Catholicism. Well, one year an entire class, about 20 kids, was basically hooking up with each other. Everyone had slept with at least 2 classmates. When it all came out, we were shocked. The weird part, the girls who got pregnant were expelled, but the boys who got them pregnant, almost never punished. Same sin, totally different consequences. Story 2. There's this massive stereotype that women can't be logical and men can't be emotional. I'm a grown, hairy-chested man, and I bawled like a baby watching Titanic. Deal with it. Story 3. If a woman is friendly at a bar, people assume she's looking for action. If a guy is friendly, he's a creep. Why can't we just be nice to each other without everyone thinking it's flirting? Story 4. Stay-at-home dads still get weird looks. I'm a dad, and I would 100% rather be a stay-at-home parent than work outside the home if we could afford it. I love being with my kids all day. People act like I'm lucky I don't have to work, as if raising kids isn't a full-time job. It's more accepted than it used to be, but the stigma is still there. Story 5. Reply to Story 4. I'm a mom of 3 and I disagree. Being a stay-at-home parent is way easier than most office jobs. You're working for yourself and your family, no boss breathing down your neck. The job market is brutal. I used to be in sales and I'm much happier and less stressed as a housewife now. Story 6. You ever see a man in a yogurt or laundry detergent commercial? Exactly. Case closed. Story 7. I'm getting married in 22 days. Every single wedding vendor contacts only my fiancé, even though I'm the one who hired most of them. I literally have to be added to email chains by force. Friends keep calling it her big day, and she immediately corrects them. It's our wedding. I have opinions too. Also, she has anxiety, so getting bombarded with questions stresses her out, and it pisses both of us off that I'm treated like I don't exist. Story 8. People assume every woman instinctively wants to hold every baby she sees. I don't. I've been handed random babies and had to politely decline. He's adorable, but I'm super clumsy. I'd rather not. When I was younger, I used to joke that I was allergic to babies. I stopped because it sounded immature, but deep down it's still true. Holding a baby feels awkward, and I never get that magical connection everyone talks about. Story 9. If a woman plays with or comforts a random kid in public, it's sweet. If a man does the exact same thing, he's automatically a predator. Last year at a water park, I, 23M, was playing with some little kids who joined our group. Shooting water guns, normal fun. Their parents came over freaking out. What are you doing with our children? My friend dragged me away before it escalated, but the looks we got, most embarrassing moment of my life. Story 10. Right now in the next room, my uncle is trying to convince my older brother to report his girlfriend for physically abusing him and that real men can press charges too. Story 11. I'm a female doctor. At airport security, they always ask the people around me if they're doctors before asking me if I'm just a nurse, even though my stethoscope and medical bag are right there. Story 12 related. My mom is a doctor, My dad was a stay-at-home parent. One day in elementary school, I got sick and the nurse asked how to reach my mom. I said, "She's probably busy at work. Call my dad instead." The look on that nurse's face was priceless. Story 13. When I, a woman, have to travel for a week, nobody bats an eye. When my husband does, suddenly every female relative and friend descends on our house to help me cook, clean, and watch the kids, like I'm a helpless teenager. I tell them I'm fine and they look at me like, poor kids, their dad can't possibly manage. Story 14. I'm a female saxophonist in several bands and nobody takes me seriously. People assume I'm someone's girlfriend or that I'm the singer. Last night a guy offered to carry my gear in the most condescending way, then asked which band member was my boyfriend. When I said none, the bartender yelled, "Stop flirting with the band." And the guy replied, "I'm not flirting with the band, just the blonde." Story 15. Short girls equals cute and adorable. Short guys equals basically undateable. I'm not exaggerating. Society treats height in men like weight in women. One is seen as a preference, the other as a controllable flaw. But you can't change your height. The depression and suicide rates among men under 5 feet 5 inches are heartbreaking, and nobody talks about it. Story 16. Newspaper headline the other day. Tragedy kills 40 people, including 20 women and children. So the other 20 were what? Not people. Same energy as women and children first, on sinking ships while disabled and elderly men were left to die. Story 17. When I was 15, I played on a girls' soccer team. We had this tiny religious girl who was absolutely incredible, the best player by far. Our games were on Sundays, so she could never play because she had to go to church. Her brother played on the next field over and was always allowed to skip church for his games because the boys' team needed him more. Even in the championship final, after we trained all summer, she had to miss it for church while her brother played. Her parents basically crushed a future pro athlete's dreams because her sport wasn't as important as her brother's.